What's going on, everyone? So, Scream 7 has already begun some of the marketing for the film. We saw with the Reese's commercial, and there's also, the Reese's candy that you can go and purchase in some areas, and you'll see Ghostface on it. I'm really excited. Now, we're obviously all still waiting around for the trailer, and when is the trailer going to come out? There was a lot of talks about, they're going to do it attached to the Conjuring movie, which in hindsight, they probably should have. Look at how successful the Conjuring movie was. All those eyeballs that you would have gotten, that might have been really good for the Scream franchise. But then it was the VMAs, where it was like, Drew Barrymore is going to be a presenter, which, in their defense, she was confirmed to be a presenter, which she didn't end up being, but she was confirmed going into the VMAs, and then nothing. And so far, it's been, outside of the Reese's commercial, been very quiet. However, we got recent kind of confirmation and news that we have another kind of marketing collaboration that will be closer to Halloween in October. And that kind of feels like when everything's going to happen. It kind of feels like that's when the trailer and everything's going to kind of, when we're going to find out and actually see it. There's still rumors that it's going to be in September. I think it's just based on all these other collaborations that are in the works and all these other things that are going on. If I'm not mistaken, I think they're going to be playing Scream 96 in theaters in October. So, it makes sense to kind of attach the trailer to that film and whatnot. So we'll see. But the other collaboration is going to be with Fortnite. So Fortnite is having, this Halloween event. I'm not a Fortnite guy. I'm not a Fortnite player, so I'm not like super familiar with Fortnite. I mean, I know of Fortnite, I got kids play Fortnite and stuff like that, but I'm not like privy to the game to be like, so I don't know exactly, the details of the event or anything. I just know, based on the reports that have came out, that originally it was thought that it was going to be Jason Voorhees, right? Because there was this like knife character that was going to be in it, and that people thought it was going to be Jason, and that was kind of the rumor because we got Camp Crystal Lake and all these rumors and hypes and excitement for that. But apparently there's confirmation that it's actually in fact going to be Ghostface, and that's going to be the knifed masked killer that's going to be running around in Fortnite. So I imagine, again, not familiar, that you'll probably get some type of skin or something where you'll be able to operate and play as Ghostface, which I think would be really cool. It gives recognition. We saw with Scream 5 all of the different collaborations from Airbnb, and you had TikTok and Snapchat filters and all their Instagram filters and all these different things. Right? You had the voice changer. You had all those things that, just that are really simple, really easy, that you can kind of, and usually stuff like this, like you're actually making money for, right? Because you have the rights, they want to use the rights. So doing a collaboration where you're giving them the rights in order to use the character in the game and stuff. So it's good marketing. It's good promotion. Doesn't really cost you anything. Usually make money off of it. So these kind of things, right? Just finding fun little creative collaborations to just get Ghostface, get Scream out there. Ghostface is not, anything new into the gaming world. Dead by Daylight, Mortal Kombat, right? Doesn't that have a Ghostface one in it, right? Like there have been, you had Scream game, and there's all kinds of things that have had Ghostface in it. Right. So this is another just collaboration that makes sense around Halloween. Have, all the beloved characters. Ghostface has become an icon in the horror space over the years. These are the kind of things that I like to see. These are the kind of like, hey, just here's a simple kind of collaboration that adds excitement, that people are going to get joy out of. And it generates buzz, and it gets people excited. When that releases, then, all the content creators, everybody will be talking about, all the gamers and stuff will be talking about, you can play as Ghostface and blah, blah, blah. I'm sure there will probably be some kind of announcement and Scream 7, thing or whatever. Again, it's just keeping the name, keeping the face, keeping the brand out there as you inch closer and closer to the upcoming film, right? I've talked about, I really think that this film needs to market better than it did in Scream 6. Now, Scream 6 actually made more money than Scream 5, but it, again, it's sequel. It was such a short turnaround. There's a lot of factors that play into that, but a lot of it stemmed from Scream 5 because you did such an incredible marketing. We saw in Scream 4 they didn't do any marketing. They didn't do anything really, right? Where Scream 5 they kind of went to the extreme. Now I'm not saying that they have to do as extreme as they did in Scream 5, but Scream 6 kind of felt like they didn't really do much. And you don't have to do much. Right? I mean, 90% of the stuff that Scream 5 was getting thrown out was all just like little posters. Like they teamed up with like, what was it, Creepy Duck Art, and was just pumping out posters once a week. And it's silly. It's like, come on. Like, but for the fandom, it's love. Like, it's like, oh man, I can take this poster. It's so cool. Like I can, print this and keep it and take it home and stuff. And it just, again, it doesn't cost anything. They probably threw Creepy Duck Art some money, a little cash, and hey, make these designs. Or you always get commissions, especially for a big brand like this. They can throw their name attached to it. A lot of those people do it for free because it's good brand recognition and whatnot. It's just I think you're having a Sydney-led film again, and I think that you should make it clear. I think that you need to kind of let people. Not us, the people that are watching this video and stuff, you don't really have to worry about, but it's the casual moviegoer. Casual moviegoer, there's a lot of them that are probably going to think that, oh, I'm going to go see Jenna Ortega in the next Scream. I'm going to go see Melissa Barrera in the next Scream. And then all of a sudden, they're not in there. And you just have these certain expectations. Like, oh, I want to see how that story ends. Right? It's like, oh, no, they're starting a new story with Sydney again? Like, is this an old movie? Is this new? Like, what's the deal? You're going to get that. You're going to have those conversations. So, to me, I really want to see just good marketing, good creativity in that front, and, kind of just continue to do these fun little collaborations. Do another TikTok thing, do another Instagram thing, right? Like, it's easy. It's clean, simple. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, so I pass a question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? Are you excited for a potential Fortnite collaboration with Ghostface? You think that that's really cool that you're going to be able to kind of do that and operate in that regard? Do you like kind of the collaborations that have been put out so far? Adding Ghostface to, like I said, Fortnite. I do think like the Fortnite, like the gaming thing is always really good. There are always some questions like, the demographic and whatnot, but I think it's fine. You're going to be around Halloween time and whatnot. And then, you add in the reeses element, which, if you're familiar with me, you probably know that I'm a big Reese's guy, Reese's and Dr. Pepper guy. So all those things, I'm a big fan of. I'm excited for and excited to kind of see how this all plays out. But again, as always, let me know your thoughts and opinions either way down in the comments. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me out. Lets me enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel. What are you doing? Hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one.